Hello and welcome to the channel. This video will be more along the lines of the things part of the description rather than tractors. Currently it's about 12 degrees outside, so it's a little bit too cold to be playing around with that kind of stuff. But I've had this lantern right here hanging from the ceiling in my shop for a couple years now. I bought it at an antique store, and I thought, hey, why don't we try it out? It's all there. There's no reason why it shouldn't work, and I think it'd be cool to see what it looks like. So we'll flip you around here and get you a better view. So here we've got a couple railroad switch lanterns. So these lanterns would have been mounted right to the switch, usually on the same shaft as the handle. And that way, they had different colored lenses in here too. This one's got blue and red, depending on which way it's turned. The opposites are the same color. And that let the engineer on the engine know which way that switch was turned before going through it. And I bought this one, like I said, a couple years ago at an antique store. It's marked Burlington Route up here, a little tag. It's not in the greatest shape. I think it's been dropped pretty hard on the lid part of it. So I have done some straightening on it, but there's rivets in here, and I don't really want to cut those out. It's mostly for display anyway, so I don't want to ruin the patina, you know, and put some shiny bolts in there or anything. But you can either flip this top open, which this is a little tweaked. I think this one might actually open a little easier. So it opens just like that. And it's got kind of a baffle that sits in there. And this baffle is actually in better shape than the other one. This piece is gone in the other one too. But this one, for what's here, I mean, it's actually in pretty good shape. It's just missing a lot. I bought it on an estate sale. It was in with a bunch of other junk. In fact, I think this is the only piece that I saved out of the whole lot. So maybe one day I'll find another one that's could be a donor, or this one could be a donor for another one, and put one together. But besides hinging back here and flipping up there, you can also swing this little piece here and flip the catch up, and then that whole piece tilts. And that's part of where it's messed up, is back there in those two rivets. But this one still has the burner in it. Pull that out here. These are really tippy, by the way. The foot is not very big on them. But this burner, you can see on the piece of glass that it says Pyrex. And it says in the embossed part here to only use kerosene in these. And it just so happens that I have some kerosene. So there's no other lid or anything in these. You just screw the burner out. And see, your wick there's tons of wick on this one, so. Alright. Stick a funnel in there. These are not exactly the easiest thing, because this bail is directly over the top of the hole. So if you had a very big can, it would be a real pain. In fact, I think they used probably a little can with a spout on it, probably. I don't know that for sure, but that would sure be handy. Alright, we don't need tons of kerosene. I don't really want to burn this very long. I just like to see how it looks. This can is just about empty. I'm curious, if you filled this completely up, how long would it run? That should be gobs and plenty. Okay. We'll put our burner back in here. I think there are some parts still available for these. I do know that the knob that's missing out of this one, it reaches in. Let's see if I can show you a little better. This knob right here has this little finger which engages the fingers on the burner, and that lets you adjust the wick from the outside of the lantern. Well, this one is gone. It would be right here, and you can get that piece. I just haven't. Maybe we should try to light that before we put it in there. And I can't tell if the wick has soaked up the kerosene yet or not. I don't know. We'll give it just a little bit, see if it'll wick it up, and we'll try lighting it out here just to see, maybe set it a little bit and then set it down in the lantern. Look at it in here, and then yeah, it's dark outside, so I'd like to take it out and see how it looks. Okay, I tried to light this just a minute ago, and the wick hadn't soaked up enough kerosene yet, and I very much suspect that wick is made out of probably some kind of animal hair. I know they used to use horse hair in like automobile seats and stuff, but yeah, it hadn't soaked up any kerosene yet, so when I tried to light it, it smelled very much like burning hair. Not real pleasant. Not exactly sure where to set it. If you set it low like that, it doesn't smoke, but it's not very bright. Yeah, I guess that's how it is. Let's go ahead and see if I can burn my fingers putting it down in the yeah, maybe it's brighter than I think. Go ahead and close this up. I'll put you somewhere here where you can watch that a little better. Yeah, that knob would be super handy to help adjust the wick, but oh, I also forgot to show you, there's a little window right there where you can see the burner. Both of these have it. That one's just really dirty. Cool. Well, I guess we'll go outside. It doesn't really look that bright until you get right in line with it. So I brought the lantern back in after taking some videos and pictures. And I was able, since everything was warmed up, to raise the wick in it a little bit. Not much, but I think it did make it a little bit brighter. Some of these would have been up off the ground too, so they would have been closer to eye level. So that would help. You notice the closer you get to being straight on, the brighter it is. So I think that's the reasoning. And I mentioned, it's kind of a pain to fill that burner. This is the kind of can, and maybe this isn't even related, I don't know, but this would sure be handy to fill those. And it is railroad, Gulf Mobile, so it's an older one. But yeah, I kind of forgot I had it. I got it for a Christmas present several years ago, and I've had it up on the wall with some of my other railroad type stuff. I don't really have anything that's organized, I guess you could say. I just collect what I think is cool. I do have a scoop shovel too that's marked AT and SF Railroad. It's a steel scoop shovel. I've also got this signal light. I was able to buy it on a local auction, and I converted it to 12 volt. It's actually running off of a converter, and I put a turn signal flasher unit in it, and the socket matched up to an 1156 bulb. I did use the solid state flasher because the regular flasher I put in it, the longer I ran it, the faster it would blink, and it just didn't look right. The solid state does make a little bit more noise. I think you can probably hear it clicking in there, but the regular flasher, it was silent. You know, it was, the whole back of that thing is a cast iron, so you know it did make a little bit of noise if you had it open, but once you closed it all up, it was silent. But so I've got that hanging up in my shop. I also cut this sign out on my plasma. I do some plasma cutting. I guess I've never mentioned it on the channel before, but I've got my own shop. I work from home. I got away from the corporate rat race, and I thought this was really neat. Somebody posted a blueprint, an old blueprint. I think Illinois Central, and it showed this design. It would have been cast iron, and it would have had a square base where it sat down over a square post. So I did all the importing and tracing and everything, and I made it a two-piece sign. Cut it out on the plasma, and I'd intended on putting it outside my shop, but I thought it was just too nice. So yeah, there's a couple more railroad pieces that I have. If you have something, go ahead and tell me about it in the comments. If there's something else you'd like to see, or you know, something on the wall in the background you'd like to know some more about, yeah, just let me know in the comments. I'll do what I can to make that work. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and check out some of my other videos. I haven't been great about keeping things regular on there. I kind of struggle sometimes with video ideas, but yeah, check out my other stuff. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. So thanks for watching.